How long have y'all been married?
Well, we have been married 57 years. 58. That's close.
What do you guys think the key to a long-lasting marriage is?
Well, I think one key is the fact that you have to be willing to serve the other person. You can't necessarily put yourself as number one. That doesn't work very well in a good marriage.
Why is that really important to do that?
Well, you develop harmony, you develop trust, you develop a bond, you develop closeness. You really have a solid relationship because it's built on very sound principles. That is, one of love, one of give, and not it's me first, get. So that's, once you get that out of the way, you stand a better chance of having a successful marriage.
How important is communication to marriage?
I think it's very important. Very important because when you communicate, you don't only do it verbally, but you do it with your behavior. You do it with your actions. So, depending on what you're focusing on, communication is very necessary because it helps bring two individuals into the same realm of their relationship. That is, they feel that they have a lot in common, and they feel closer to each other because you feel united. You don't feel that they are an unknown entity or quantity.
Grandma, why do you think so many people fail at communicating well?
Well, they don't have much time together. Everybody's doing their own thing.
What do you think, Papa?
Well, I go along with that too, but I think why so many marriages fail, it's because in our culture, we put the value on self. We don't put the value on the relationship. It's what aches me, what bothers me, what I don't like, and it's not sacrificing and really being understanding and patient. All those are very necessary elements to keep the marriage sound.
So you would say communication sometimes is more about listening than actually doing this.
Well, there are different forms of communicating. Yeah, sure. It's listening, but it's also speaking, because it's a two-way discourse. You listen, but then you have to express yourself, because if you only listen, then what you say, you've known it already, or basically that's your point of view. But you have to get the 2 points of view exposed, and any hard feelings or misunderstandings cleared up or defined, and that will bring about a stronger marriage.
How have you guys handled conflict, with your communication? How have you guys handled it? Or what do you guys think is the best way to handle conflict?
The best way, I think, is to, when things get heated up, is to rather and try to resolve the issue right then, to back off and let things cool off, and then at a later date, you can even say that before you end the discussion, you say, well, we're not getting anywhere right now, and the conversation is becoming more heated, and I don't feel that we're gaining anything in a positive way, so let's sleep on it, and let's take it up again tomorrow, or at a time that's convenient for both of us.
And how do you think, when you're dealing with a conflict, how do you think your communication should change? like, versus when you're just like normally, how do you think you should go about communicating difficult conflicts, like difficult things?
Well, it just depends on how serious it is. But if it's difficult, you want to be sure that you have the person's attention, that you're not speaking to a piece of furniture or something, that their minds are in someplace else, that they both of you are respecting each other, and you're listening, because it involves you. You're 50% of the relationship at least. So, so I think both individuals have to have some commitment to the relationship, because if it's just one person striving, then it's not going to work, because you will soon grow tired. You will feel as though you've been had, or this isn't what you thought it would be, and it goes from there. So, yeah.
How has your communication changed from when you were dating to now you guys are married? How has that changed? You can remember.
In a personal way, I'll speak first, but it has changed because I'm a lot more understanding. I think I'm more patient. I'm not as condemning. I would back off if I see it's getting heated and it's not really solving the problem, but rather people venting their frustrations. I would just, back off and be quiet, and we'll talk about it another time, another day.
Well, you learn more about each other, and you learn to be more considerate.
Well, they should know a little bit about their background, their family background, because that's going to play a great part in the relationship. If you grow up in a certain type of environment, it's going to have an effect on you, whether it's good or bad. So it's really good to have some idea. But, the modern Hollywood approaches, you woman, me man, I love you, because they get some sort of emotional feeling, and they want to okay, we can get married. It doesn't work, and that's where you see a lot of divorces, because it takes a lot more than that to make it work. It's not that you're a man and woman, but you have to have commonalities. You have to have ideas. You have to be on the same page some of the time anyway.
What is some advice you could give to married couples regarding communication, or to just couples in general? What's some advice you could give to people going into marriage?
First of all, I wouldn't give advice like I did when I was younger, because I might be barking up the wrong tree. I'm not a know-it-all, so I don't want to give advice as though I'm an expert. Now, if they were to ask me something that I feel qualified to answer, I will. But if I don't, then I would say, well, I don't understand, or I wouldn't be able to help you with this. This is beyond my capacity to define or resolve. So.